The would-be Trump assassin, Ryan Routh, who targeted Trump specifically at his golf course last September, says, you know what, I'm actually a pretty peaceful guy. Now, what's his proof? Well, he refuses to spank that ass. And if you think I'm kidding, I'm being absolutely serious. That is the defense that he is trying to put up in court. So Ruth's witness list was recently disclosed, and he requested several people, including his son, who's a convicted pedophile. So this is like a character witness type situation.
Oops.
Yeah. Former coworkers, that's fine. Scholars from the Middle East, and even Trump himself. This guy is unhinged.
Of course,
yeah.
He tried to assassinate the president. Of course he's unhinged.
However, according to Headline USA, there was one requested character witness that really stood out, and we should talk about. Ahead of his trial, Routh tried calling a sexual partner as a character witness. Apparently, the unnamed lover would testify that Routh is peaceful because he refused to spank her ass in bed.
Okay, all right, well. That is some evidence, I suppose. I'm not sure it's admissible evidence.
Look, I'm not sure I believe this story.
Like it would matter.
But I want to believe it because it's hilarious. Okay, so Redacted wanted me to spank/slap ass hard, and I refused. I will not spank, choke, or pull hair, no. Routh, who is representing himself, said in his list of intended witnesses. He sounds like a fun time in bed for sure.
Yeah, see, I can't kill the president even though I brought a gun to kill him and I was staked out there because I wouldn't slap that ass hard or soft, even though she asked me to.
No ass slapping, no.
Okay, yeah, that is very persuasive. If I was on the jury, I'd be like, guys, are we sure? I mean, it looked like he was looking to take a sniper shot at Trump from the golf course. On the other hand, he won't even choke a sexual lover. That is weird.
Very weird.
Okay.
Now, I had already commented on this story before it broke, believe it or not. I did so on CNN. Let's take a look.
So you each have 30 seconds to tell us what marriage advice you have to make it a perfect love story for this Romeo and Juliet.
Don't have a prenup, but I've been married for 10 years. Very happily married, love my husband, love that ass. Okay, just keeping it real. Have a good sense of humor, share everything. There's no, this is mine, this is yours. And more importantly, have a lot of sex. It's important, intimacy is super important.
This is why she's still married, 10 years, going strong.
I will, in fact, slap that ass.
Okay, now I'm concerned. Might you do violence, political violence?
And I'm not a physically violent person. So that defense was ridiculous, and luckily the judge agrees with our take on this. So the judge is actually Aileen Cannon, who called the request a farce. This witness is somehow necessary, defendant claims, because her sexual experience with defendant evidences his purported peacefulness, gentleness, and nonviolence. No, Rule 17B is not a farce to bring about obviously ludicrous and absurd results in a court proceeding. I love like the seriousness in which she has like passed her decision. But yeah, so this isn't even the craziest thing he's requested, by the way. This is apparently like a really fun case to follow. So apparently before this request, he filed a motion to challenge Trump to either a fight or a game of golf. Okay, I think a beatdown session would be more fun and entertaining for everyone. Give me shackles and cuffs and let the old fat man give it his worst. A round of golf with the racist pig. Wow, with the racist pig. He wins, he can execute me. I win, I get his job. No, don't punish us. And then he says, sorry, Hillbilly Vance.
Yeah, I'm not sure that that's how the American system works. That I think he might be confusing it with Game of Thrones. You can't just challenge him to a duel and say, well, if I win, then I get the presidency. Okay, no.
I mean, the guy, really cares about democracy, and this is how democracy is won.
Yeah. Trial by combat.
Yeah.
He's literally asked for a trial by combat.
I know.
While, by the way, saying, obviously not violent. I wouldn't slap the ass, but I would like to fight Trump to the death, and then whoever wins gets to be the president.
It's consistent.
Okay, one last fun fact about this. I don't know if it's fun. Benjamin Netanyahu in the podcast he recently did reiterated this absurd claim that they've made many, many times, that the people trying to kill Donald Trump were connected to Iran. Does this guy look like he's connected to Iran?
Maybe.
Come on, man.
I don't think there's a lot of government endorsed. Well, maybe. I mean, I don't think there's any government endorsed ass slapping in Iran.
In Iran, that might be interesting, because I was gonna say in America there is, when Netanyahu comes to town and he rides Biden or Trump, he's like, whoa, go doggy, go, right?
100%.
And so
our American politicians love to get that ass slapped by Netanyahu. That's true.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, Iran's trying to kill the president. That's why you have to attack Iran for our benefit. Okay, see that guy over there? He's obviously working with the Grand Ayatollah. Come on. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.